Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video, and today we're going to do the real review of the new HTC Evo. Now you already seen the unboxing video, so you know about the price, you know about the specs, you've seen most of the features and all that. Now let's get a little bit heavier into the phone and check out the real dirt. Now, when I do these real reviews, y'all know the first thing I like to do is talk about everything I don't like about the phone, and then we'll get into the stuff that I do like. So first off, let's start with the stuff I don't like about the phone. Number one, there's no 4G, no LTE. Now keep in mind that the name of the phone is the 4G LTE, but Sprint doesn't have the LTE network up and running yet. So with this Evo, you don't get no 4Gs, you're going back to 3G. Now is that a big deal? Not really, because a lot of places never had 4G anyway and don't get good 4G service anyway. But for me, I had the Epic and I had the Photon and the 3D and I had all these 4G phones, and in New York City you get decent 4G on Sprint, so this kind of like taking a step back for me, you know, with the no 4G and no LTE. Now they say that the network is supposed to be up and running, you know, within a year and all of that, but let's keep it real. By next year, who knows what other phone's gonna be out by then, you know, so the no 4G, no LTE, not a good look for me right now. 3G service works pretty good on it, better than T-Mobile, but it's not better than the 4G running with Verizon, definitely not better than AT&T. All right, next, no removable battery. Now, is that a big deal? Not really, because the battery on this phone is amazing, you know, 2,000 milliamp, it lasts you all day. We'll get into that later, but me, I like to have options. You know, I like to be able to put an extended battery on if I know I'm gonna be going away for a couple of days. Or, you know, I just like to walk around with 2 batteries so I can use the phone extra heavy. You know, the no removable battery, I'm not really feeling that. Next, the phone speaker. The external speaker on this phone is not that loud. Now, if you watch other videos, you hear other people complain that the phone is a little bit low here and there. You know, you would think for a phone that has Beats audio built into it that they would focus on the sound part of the phone, but the sound on the phone is a little bit low. Now, it's definitely louder than the original Evo 3D and the original Evo. Definitely louder than those, but still a little bit lower than some of the other phones coming out right now, like, you know, the Nexus and, you know, the Epic Touch and, you know, the Galaxy S3. So this phone is a little bit low. Next, the camera video quality at night. So the low lighting settings, not that great. Now, if you don't believe me, take a look. Y'all seen my camera test video. I did one at night and one in the daytime. The nighttime camera recording is not that great. Now, the camera picks up sound excellent, but the autofocus at night, not a good look. So I'm not really feeling that too much. And the last thing I'm not really feeling about this phone that much is the way they designed the kickstand. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the kickstand. I use it every day. But the kickstand is just a little bit hard to get in and out. Like, it's a little bit hard to open. You got to really dig it in there if you don't have any, you know, long nails. The kickstand is kind of hard to get in and out. Now, I could get it if I really want to open it. But for me, it just, you see I'm scratching the side, like, there's a way you could dig your groove in there and get it, but I'm just not really feeling the way they put the kickstand like that. They could have made it like this one, like the original, with that nice space right there, so it's nice and easy to open, you know, no digging, whatever. So that's the things I don't like about the phone right there. Now let's get into the stuff about the phone that I do like. First off, the build quality. This is the top of the line build quality right now of any phone that's out at Sprint other than the iPhone. The iPhone is the only phone that could compare with this phone in build quality. We're not gonna count the BlackBerry 9900 because, you know, that's not really top of the line smartphone. That's just for, you know, business and texting and all that. But if you want a top of the line smartphone with the best build quality, this is it for you right here. That premium look, like I said in the unboxing, you know, aluminum on the side. You know, you got the kickstand. The phone is extra thin. Look at the phone next to these two, the original Evo and the 3D. Build quality of this phone, top of the line, top of the line. Next, something that I do like about this phone is the fact that you could put a memory card in here. So it has expendable memory. Now, it comes with 16 gigs internal. Now you could get a, you know, 32 gig memory card, you could get an 8 gig memory card, get as many memory cards as you want. But the point is you can have all your pictures and videos and all that stuff in your pocket, switch them in and out. So I like the fact that when you take off the top, you could throw the SD card in there. So that's a good look. Next, the display. Now the display is 720 by 1280, which is the same as the Nexus, but it uses LCD. Now, LCD screen looks beautiful. Now, I gotta keep it 100 with y'all. I like the AMOLED screens better, like on the Nexus, and I'll give you a quick comparison. We're not going to turn this into a comparison video, but I don't know if you can really see too good from this camera, but the blacks, like the black background, the black on the HTC looks a little bit more washed out. You can see the colors on the AMOLED screens are a little bit more vibrant. They pop out a little hard at you. But the LCD screen looks beautiful. When you're viewing pictures, when you're viewing web content, you know, when you browsing videos and all that, this screen is a go. Major go. Next, the user interface, the UI. You know, Sense 4.0 is a definite win. All right, that's my favorite UI out right now. You know, I like the stock, you know, Android 4.0, no user interface at all. I like the stock vanilla Android. But if I had to pick a UI out of, you know, TouchWiz and Blur and Sense, Sense has the best. You see those beautiful animations when you open your phone. If you go to your settings, everything is colorful, everything looks bright. I showed you already the transition. You see when you get to somewhere you can't scroll anymore, you get that kind of effect. Let's take a look at the recent apps. You know, you get everything in a nice colorful view. HTC Sense is a good look. You already seen how the weather looks. I mean, this is one of my favorite parts about it, is the weather. As you can see, it's raining out here in Jamaica. You could also scroll to, you know, other places and see what the weather looks like over there. But the Sense UI is definitely the best UI out right now. And also, what I like about this phone is, since it has Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich, you get all the Ice Cream Sandwich features. So you get the facial unlock, you get the Android Beam. That means you take two phones that have NFC, beam them together, you get the information. This phone also has the NFC chip in it, also has Google Wallet, as you can see right here, and Google Wallet is just 100% badass. If you've never seen that, I advise you to search some videos about Google Wallet. You know, you got, like I said, you got the facial unlock, you got all of the Android ICS features, okay? You got all the Ice Cream Sandwich stuff on here, so that's a definite good look. The user interface, and you got the top of the line, you know, the latest operating system out right now. So you got the Android 4.0. So that's something I do like. Next, the sound. Now, I said the external speakers are a little bit low, you know, not bad, just a little bit on the low side. But as far as the sound, when you're playing music out of this phone, because it has the Beats audio inside of it, trust me, if you get a set of Beats headphones or a nice set of headphones, Sony, Panasonic, you know, something quality, Bose, and you put them in there and you're rocking with, you know, with the Beats audio selection on, this phone is a definite go. Trust me, I've been using this in the gym every night so far, and the sound is just, it's killing my iPod. It sounds better than my iPod. So I've been putting more and more music on my Evo and using this up in the gym. So the sound on this, major win. What else? Let's talk about the camera. Now, that's another thing with the build, you know, with the build, why I said I like this build the best. You know, you get that dedicated camera button. So when you hold it down, activate your camera. Now let's talk about the camera a little bit. Now this camera is sick. Now once I start recording, this is a cool feature. While I'm recording, I could also take still pictures. So while I'm recording something going down, I could just snap a picture and you see it pop up right there. And we could also do burst mode. I could just, okay, let me exit out of that. As you can see, that's the videos, that's the pictures that I got right here. That's the video. Recording, I could also take still pictures. Let's hear the sound. So while I'm recording something going down, I could just snap. Like I said, not too bad. Not the loudest sound ever, but not too bad. And also you can see the still pictures that I shot while I was doing the video. Now let's take another look at the camera, something else that I want to show you real quick. Let me turn the volume up for this one though. Okay, so you hold that camera button down, takes you right to your camera. Let's take a look at the burst mode. So I took a whole bunch of pictures. Now I can see which picture I like the best, and the rest I could just delete. So I could just hit menu and just you know, select all and delete all of those other ones. So burst mode, trust me, if you got kids or if you're taking pictures of sporting events or something that's a lot of action going on at once, or you know, you just want to get multiple pictures of the same thing and then later on pick out the best one, this camera is definitely a go. And I'm gonna go on record right now and say that this is the first camera right now when it comes to still pictures that's beating the iPhone 4S. When it comes to still pictures, this camera is definitely the best right now. Let me show you one that I just took, and I'll show you some of the detail in the picture. Take a look at this one. Now, I took this picture the other day of my car outside. Crystal clear. Now, if I zoom in, you could, I don't know if you could see this as well, you know, when you're looking at the video, you know, through the video camera, but you can see all the detail in the dirt and the grass on the ground. I mean, it just looks amazing. So this is definitely the best camera out right now from Sprint on the phone, and I would say this is definitely the best camera that I've used on any phone yet. Now, we'll see, you know, in a couple of weeks when the Galaxy S3 comes out, you know, we'll see how that works, but right now, this is definitely the top of the line camera. So the camera on this, major win. Now, one thing I will say, if you see my nighttime video camera test, like I said at the beginning of, you know, the things I don't like, the autofocus on the night camera, not that great. But let's take a look at the daytime. Now, if you're shooting videos in the daytime, this camera is sick. I'm gonna pull up a video I shot. Matter of fact, I think I got the same one from that day. This is how the camera looks in the daytime, the video camera. In the daytime, the camera looks beautiful. It focuses well, picks up sound. You know, that's another thing about this camera also. The sound. If you watch my nighttime video camera test, trust me, you can hear the bass. Even in the daytime, you can hear the exhaust, you can hear all that stuff. This camera picks up sound very well, very well. So the camera on this, definitely a go. Next, let's take a look at the web browser. Now, there's a whole bunch of different browsers that you could use. Me personally, I like the Google Chrome. That's my favorite one. Let me turn this down again. I'll be getting too many notifications. All right, let's take a look at the browser. Now, I use Google Chrome, but you know, you could use whatever one you want. Let's see what we got here open. Now, the thing I like about Google Chrome, which will work on any browser, but we're talking about the phone itself. The browser speeds, pretty good. Now, like I said, it's on 3G data, so you know, it depends on what time of the day, what area you at. Right now, I'm underground, so I don't expect to get too much good reception, but the browser on this works great. The pinch to zoom, everything works on it. As you can see with Google Chrome, you got the tabs. So now while I'm in the browser, like say I'm looking at CDO.com because I just ordered some cases and stuff, the pinch to zoom works excellent. If I want to switch to the next page, oh, it didn't finish loading up yet. Now, if I want to switch to my next tab, you just slide over. Or you can hit the tabs and go to whatever tab you want. And if you want to get rid of one, just get rid of it. Like I said, the 3G speeds on this, not the best, especially underground, but you know, it is what it is. That's what you get with Sprint. So the web browser, definitely go. And especially if you're on Wi-Fi, this phone is 1.5 gigahertz on Wi-Fi. Is crazy. Now, I could connect to the Wi-Fi down here right now, but they just changed the password and I don't remember it off the top of my head, so we'll get into that later. Next, the call quality. Now, this has HD voice and all that stuff on it. Let me tell you something. The call quality on this is a definite go. I haven't had any drop calls yet. You can hear the other person crystal clear, and this has a nice HTC feature for, you know, for those of y'all that had the HTC, the Touch Pro 2. Remember that speakerphone that had that, you know, that nice speakerphone feature? Well, you have that on your Evo. So say somebody calls you when you're on the phone. If you just put the phone down on a flat surface, it'll automatically turn on the speakerphone. So all you got to do is while you're talking on the phone, just put it flat down on the table and it'll activate the speakerphone. That's a major good look right there for me, because I'm always going from speakerphone to headset, speakerphone to headset. So that's a good look. So call quality is a definite go. The wireless radio on this is the second best wireless radio I used so far on Sprint, other than the Motorola Photon. To this day, I've never used a phone on Sprint network that had a better wireless radio than the Motorola Photon. But this is the second best wireless radio. Believe me, I'm underground right now, so for me to be getting these kind of bars is pretty good. Pretty good. So the call quality, the signal, wireless radio, all that stuff on the Evo, definite go. Now let's talk about the lag factor. Does this phone lag a lot? And this phone has no lag on it so far right now. And I got all of my apps on here. As you can see, I got a whole bunch of apps. They're all running. Got recently, stuff open in the background right now. And this phone, it just doesn't lag. Now, if you see sometimes I swipe and it doesn't move, or I go like this and it doesn't move right, that's because I'm using this screen protector that's kind of has this sticky film to it. Like sometimes your finger sticks to this. That's when you use the Zag. But I mean, you get lifetime warranty and all that. But the only thing I don't like about it, sometimes your finger sticks to the screen. But this phone has no lag at all. As you can see, all the ice cream sandwich, everything works on it. Swipe, exit all. Going back to stuff that you've been doing already. Say I open up Facebook, hit home, open up Foursquare, back home, no lag. So this phone, on the lag factor, 0 lag. And last but not least, my favorite category, the floss factor. Now, what does the floss factor mean? If you don't know, if you're new to my channel and you don't know what that means, the floss factor is when you're at a bar or you're at a club, you're at a restaurant, or you're at school, wherever you at, when you pull out your phone and somebody pulls out their Evo 3D, or somebody pulls out their Nexus, or somebody pulls out iPhone 4S, what's your floss factor? Are you going to be sitting on top of the food chain, or are you going to have to put your phone back in your pocket and wait for them to leave and then pull out your phone and play with your phone? The floss factor on this phone, on a scale of 1 to 10, is a solid 10. All right? I don't care what phone anybody got out right now. If you pull out this HTC Evo, you sitting on top of the food chain. All right? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this phone a solid 9. When I did the unboxing, I gave it a 10, but after I used it for a week, a couple of things I didn't like about it started to surface a little bit more, and I already covered those, but I took off 1 point for all that stuff I didn't like about it. So on the scale of 1 to 10, this phone is a solid 9. I'm still stamping it down with the Floss Certified Seal of Approval. This phone is a major, major win. All right, major win. Floss factor, solid 10. I mean, you on top of the food chain with this. Right now, if somebody has the Galaxy S3, somebody has the Galaxy Note, the Nexus, HTC One S, and you pull out your Evo, you sitting right up there shoulder to shoulder. So this phone is a major win. I recommend getting this. Now, should you buy this phone right now? I would say hold off a couple of weeks, wait for the Galaxy S3 to come out, and then get your hands on both of them first, and then make your final decision. But if you did go out and buy this phone, trust me, you sitting on top of the food chain, this is a win. Shout out to everybody that rock with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at 24/7. Shout out to everybody that came through yesterday and wished me a happy birthday and all that. I appreciate the love. Shout out to my Android family, my dude Zito Max, my dude WW Josh Do, my homie Black Prince 310, the whole Android community and all that. I'm gonna get up with y'all in the next video, which will probably be like in a couple of days when I get my hands on that Galaxy S3, because I already pre-ordered it, so it should be coming within about a week and a half, all right? It's your boy Floss. I'm gonna catch up with y'all in the next trip. Deuces.